All right, that'll be today's show, folks. All right.
But I didn't think you. I thought you were dead. I didn't know what was going on.
What does that got to? I don't understand.
Well, when the most responsible guy
you sound like my
doesn't
wife
answer
right now.
Well, no, but when the most responsible guy doesn't answer for 5 hours, I just thought it said Xfinity was down too. I didn't think you had internet. I didn't think you had nothing out there. Tried to reach you, but then I finally saw it. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Dealing with 10-year-olds over here.
Trimmed up your beard, bub. Looks good.
Yeah, I did trim up my beard a little bit. It was getting a little long.
Yeah,
it was getting a little long.
Yeah.
We got some comments.
Oh boy, I love a good comment, man. There isn't much in life that makes me happier than a comment, really.
Basically, people telling us that we're a bunch of idiots about our Notre Dame takes, which we never.
Not I know.
Holy shit, we actually might be doing a podcast here.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
We got our lighting dialed in.
But I got me a new 4K, bub.
No, well, let me. Yeah, but you look great. You sound great.
I need compliments. I need uplifting comments.
Yeah, we all need compliments.
Like I said, bro, if we don't compliment each other, nobody will. That's for sure. Hoochie daggum mama.
I've got compliments sometimes.
That's why I like to go to gay bars. I don't care. I like gay bars because they like me and they make me feel spatial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They take a no really well. You know what I mean? It's very, very respectable. They're direct.
Yeah.
You say no thanks. They say, if you ever change your mind, I'm right here. Know where to find me. I say, hey, I'm not gonna, but right now I've never felt taller. And then I leave back to the ever met him thing. Then I leave and I look at my wife and I go, hey, I don't know if you know or not, but I got more compliments in there in 2.5 hours than I think I've gotten in the entire 15 years I've known your ass. And you may want to pick it up. She didn't think that was as wise as I did. She did think it was hilarious.
Yeah, welcome back, everyone. Thank you, everybody that gave us a view, gave us a listen.
Boy, give us another.
Gave us a subscribe. We appreciate it.
We got the first episode out there. We know it wasn't perfect. I'm going to swear less. My mother is watching after all.
We're going to try to do one cut. We're not going to have
we think episode 2 would be much better. We actually tried this time, depending on how it works out. I won't admit how hard we tried, but if it's really good, then we tried really, really hard.
But anyways, a big weekend for Notre Dame football. Huge. Big victory.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about your trash and Marcus Freeman last time we talked? And, how do you feel now?
Worse.
You still
I feel worse. I actually feel worse. Yeah.
How do you feel worse?
Well, because we're good.
We won.
Because we're good. We have talent. We're like I've been saying this whole time that we
do have talent.
This is like the first time since we were little kids, like we talked about, that we have the most talent every time we've stepped on the field. And when you still don't win, it's kind of like I kind of would like to. We're good, so I'd like W's, and then it just kind of lets me know that. Although I don't know the X's and O's of football like I do basketball, even an idiot like me can tell that Marcus is primarily the reason why we have lost in the games that we have lost. And it's typically situational situations like burning timeouts on nonsense, not getting a timeout in, substitutions, can't count to 11 on defense, yada, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden we drop an L that we just, as I think I called it, unforgivable 978,000 times last week, but it's flipping forgivable. And now we can't lose again because our head coach wouldn't put the best team on the field in a position to win when it really shouldn't have mattered and should have been quite simple to do. That's upsetting to me. So love the kids though, man. I think the team is fantastic, honestly. Like I think we're really, really, we're fat. The defense looks fast.
Yeah. I feel like Yeah, this is the most bounce that I've seen from a Notre Dame team in a long time, right?
Agree.
I mean, we got guys that are springy and fast and, can move on open space. I would say, on the defensive front, you probably want to be a little bit thicker up there, maybe a little more depth. We've seen injuries seem to be taking its toll already, both on the offense and defensive side. I think for the defense, we recruit 4-star linemen just about every recruiting class. So we have plenty of depth there. But yeah, it's a big win for the Irish. Another top 25 win. Like you said, they probably can't lose again. But yeah, just, we're on the Marcus Freeman redemption tour. What is this, week 3 now? And yeah, you kind of just hope that it's up from here. I mean, he's, I've said it last time. I think you got to give the guy 5 years. He's in year 3. We got to make the playoffs this year. We have to make the playoffs this year. After that Texas A&M win, my expectations went sky high, probably like every other fan out there.
I fell for it. I really did.
Or it could be another 5 seed, which is the highest seed that we can get technically without the conference alignment, and get a home game. Hopefully we play a lower level, and if you look at the bracket where that aligns, I think you play the 4 seed after that. It seemed like it was all setting up for the Irish to have a great year, close on this recruiting class, and really make a run at it in his year 4 and 5 to really truly pursue national championships. Is this team ready this year? Probably not. I mean, we're still so limited at quarterback. Although Riley Leonard,
don't do it,
must have had a pretty good prayer group this week because he threw 2 Duddy Von buddies.
I know. I'm just the pessimist idiot.
He's in the Heisman race.
I'll be nice. That's so stupid. That's fine. Good. That's so stupid. I mean, that's so freaking stupid and frustrating. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to try. Yeah. He's a kid. I think he's like 30. I think he might be my age, but he's still a kid. He's in college. I'm not going to, he's not a, well, he is. Sorry. Pickles. I wasn't going to swear anymore. Yeah, I can't help it. So we're just going to have to hit a lot of buttons. But like, I don't want to just trash the kid, but I used to be able to say like, well, they're not paid kids, so you can't trash them. But he is freaking paid a hell of a lot more than you and I are. And, he's got a dead arm. So one of those TD passes I can make, and that's not very good. The second one had a little bit of a window, but pretty much wide open for a guy that would be starting at Notre Dame or whatever, been recruited by Notre Dame or is on the bench at Notre Dame. And the screen pass to number 4, my hero, was nice. He let the whole line fall in. He got a wall in front of him. Jeremiah did the rest. It was incredible. Beep, bop, boop. Tutty Von Buddy. Heisman is. Were you saying that facetiously, or is that real? What? That can't be a thing. That's not a thing.
I did see a headline when I was looking over the weekend. I think that was preseason though. He was preseason.
He was a preseason, up and coming diaper dandy kind of a thing. But he's that would be just that would be a weird hot take.
Yeah, the Riley Leonard. I mean he's really limited throwing, and again, I don't understand how that didn't show up in the scouting tape. It was almost like the NIU game, they wanted to see if he could do it, if he could be a real quarterback, right? If he could really run this offense to the most extreme where you don't need, all the play action and all the screens and, all the kind of, I won't call it gimmicky stuff. Dan Brock's doing a great job of designing plays that suits his strengths. Now, can that win a championship this year? Again, no, I don't think so. Maybe it could win a first round game depending on who the matchup is. But, you'd like to see a quarterback that can just, make a play with his arm and read a defense and, go to windows and get receivers open.
That's probably I guess the best news about having to win out is that if we do win out, we will have a pretty good seed because now we're just gonna. So the reward, if we get it done, is going to be plenty worth it. And we just have to show up, right? We just have to, just got to put our kids in the position to be successful, man. Like I don't want to follow Michigan's recipe, but I don't know, whatever they ran it against Penn State 28 times or something. They just crammed it down their throat. Like sometimes
I was a little bit jealous of Michigan, obviously, when they were going on that run, last year, and they were just shoving it down people's throats, if you will, breaking their backs, reminded me of old school football, which I think can come back, honestly. I mean, the way that defenses are so designed to stop the run now, I really think that power offenses can make a comeback, right? It's all cyclical, right?
Bell bottoms, like bell bottoms.
Yeah. Like Cat Williams told us all, like it's all going to come back around. And I thought 2024 was going to be the year for Notre Dame football, but they're getting back a little bit to that power game, and it's still out of the shotgun primarily. I would like to see a little bit more under center, but I'm a bit of an old school guy. But I don't know that Riley Leonard can even make those throws from under center. He's got to be a person that that does a rollout and play action pop pass to a wide
draws,
open
counters, RPOs.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, RPO, but you got to make
that should be a $2 million quarterback though.
No, and again, man, ain't nothing against Riles. He's a good kid. Kid.
Yeah, the money's aside, but it's just saying.
But when you accept,
most, right?
when you graduate from a prestigious university like Duke, and then you head to an even better university like Notre Dame to get your master's and make $1 million while you're doing it, and get to be the head starting quarterback, you get a little criticism, especially when you're 30 or however old this kid is. I mean, he's an adult. He can handle it. He's been around. He's
only 23.
He's a full grown adult. He makes $1 million a year. He's a full grown adult, bro. He got adult problems. He got adult responsibility. He got adult shit going on. But you can take a hey buddy, I'm not impressed yet. I think he can handle that. I'm sure he hears it all the time. I'm sure he will never hear this because he doesn't care, and he seems like a way better person than I am. But I'm 40 and I want to win football games before I die to make all of these Saturdays of my life worth it. Because right now this is a one-way relationship. Like, isn't a relationship supposed to be like kind of two-way, kind of a give and take? Like, all I kind of do is get my hopes up and they kick me in the nuts. Like, that's all they've done since I was really, 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 really little. And I would just prefer not have the kick in the nuts one time. I would just prefer to just meet expectations. That national championship is not an expectation right now for us, I don't believe. Although I do believe
that they say.
That's what we have talent though, but we have talent
and the coaches. I mean,
I think we have talent.
Well, we have the starting talent.
Yes, we do not have the depth.
That we always lack is the depth.
Yeah, we don't have the depth, but that's okay.
And that I think goes back to academic standards. That can be another topic for another day. But I think we lack the.
I was going to say, but 1 or 2 playoff wins, I do believe, is an expectation or would be potential for us. I don't think that's outrageous. I think we are top. No, I think top 10 talent.
I think
country,
playoffs should be the expectation.
5 maybe.
Yeah. I think playoffs should be the expectation, especially with this schedule, right? I mean, I know you were texting me about our FPI rankings, and I don't know. You can explain to me whatever the hell FPI.
It's just like the NFL Power Index. It's just ESPN's College Power Index. It's whatever they think. They think that we are the overall most talented, most if you were ranking the best teams, we're 7th behind the teams that we should be behind, like Texas, Ohio State, Bama. The usual. I think Penn State's 1 ahead of us, and then it's us. We're 7th. So that's okay. The only team more overrated than us every single year, thank God, is the Nittany Lions. So thank you, Happy Valley. You typically
make top 10 right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they should never be. They should have to win a national championship to be ranked in the top 10 the next year. They are consistently underperforming, and I can't wait for them to do it again. But that's besides the point. We stole their little saying. I know we are Penn State. I know, but we really are ND, and that we're better people than they are. So that's kind of why we get to say it. But it's
it's gonna be interesting.
It's unbelievable how overrated they are every single freaking year. I guess that was.
Yeah, they do. I would like to play them though. I think that would be a fun game.
I would love to play them, and then they'll blast us. I tell you, I can tell a funny story. There's a funny story. You could probably clip this at least, and only Notre Dame fans will give a shit, but this is pretty funny. So me and my buddy were at the Ohio State game last year. And, like I whine about in our first 2 episodes, is that I want to be competitive, and I'd like to just one time feel like we can beat a team that is actually good. And for 59 minutes and 30 seconds, we were the best team on the field. And I committed. I mean, dude, when I say I committed, I mean this poor Ohio State fan next to me, probably 30, you know what I mean? I'm significantly older than this kid. I have no business. I was in his kitchen from the kick until the very last second when we didn't win. And this kid took it. This kid took it as well as anybody I'd ever seen in my entire life, dude. I mean, every play I was in his ear. They scored that last touchdown.
Was he giving it back to you?
No, he couldn't. He knew it. He knew it.
Taking it?
He was until the very end, and then he about jumped 6 feet in the air, looks me dead in the eye, and just says, "Take that, mother something or other." He said, "You've been chirping the whole game," and I had to just put my. I just had to be like, I'm like, I committed. Yeah. I committed. I mean, when I say committed, Sean, he didn't get 15 seconds between.
You were
plays.
all in. You were all committed,
and I was in.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It would get censored on every. I was in his business. was one of the biggest letdowns of my entire life, and I just had to eat it. And you know how much I hate that, because not only now am I wrong, but now I look like a complete asshole. And he was like graciously, he didn't know me. I mean, this is just some stranger at Notre Dame Stadium just had to take this big ogre to his right, just in his face, bro.
Hey, that's another thing I wanna rant about with Notre Dame fans is stop selling your freaking tickets, man. What are we doing? It looks like a Christmas tree out there. Now. Don't even get me started on the uniforms. What do you think about those uniforms?
I'm fine with them.
I don't like the white pants.
I don't like.
It's just what
we're gonna make a lot of friends on a podcast trashing everything. I mean, we're gonna people be like, these idiots like Notre Dame, hate everything.
but the white. What is the white pants? What is the white pants? I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't know what we're doing. We're trying to be cool. We're trying to be. I don't know. Green. I don't know.
I didn't love it. Anyways,
I didn't hate it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'd prefer just the. I'd prefer just the traditional
here's my
navy
point is because
in gold and just kind of get on down the road. But that's me.
Yeah, it should be 1988 uniforms with shiny gold pants and the current helmets, and that would be perfect. We shouldn't change it. We should be Penn State, Alabama, USC, Michigan, Ohio State, and not jack with our uniforms. I'm sick of it, Under Armour.
We have an all-time uniform, and we like to mess with it. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's it's just
constantly fiddling with.
We're just gonna whine about them again. But doesn't it feel like your grandpa trying to be hip? Like, doesn't it feel like your grandpa trying to, like, saying, like, no cap or some bullshit? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Notre Dame's just like, well, we're going to get some colorful jerseys, too. The kids are woke these days. They're going to love it. And it's like, you're not applying any of these words properly, Grandpa. Like, please stop. We're in public. And we can't have nice things because we have to be the contrarian. We got to have our own TV deal. We got to be the only school on the planet that anybody watches that's signed to Under Armour. And we got to just just can't have nice things. And we got to play crazy train on every third down. And I don't know why. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. The Hokies get Enter Sandman and we get crazy train on every third down. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. But I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know who's it supposed to appease the kids? I
have absolutely no idea who that's for. I don't know why that's a tradition now.
It's not bussing. It doesn't. It doesn't slay.
It does not slay. There's sans slaying going on. That's for sure.
It's just ridiculous.
Slayless, if you will.
Anyways, big victory. I think the only. Again, positives of the offense. Riley Leonard was able to throw the ball down the field a little bit. Defense was a little shaky. I mean, I don't know.
I love them.
We kind of were up. No, I love them too. But I mean, we were up 21-7 at one point. We could have stomped some necks out there. We kind of let them back in the game. But the defense, Golden, we did enough, and we got the victory. We move on. We have some injuries out there on both the O-line and across the defense too. Going into a bye week, which hopefully should help with that, get the boys rested up, and then we're come out firing. And,
do we have an update on those
ourselves?
Do we have like a?
I have not. No, Marcus Freeman went from being like overly sharing on injuries to taking Bill Belichick's route. That's a real growth, which I appreciate, Marcus. That's all right. You can be a little bit of a prick sometimes. That's fine. You're allowed.
Yeah, like. That Boubacar, is it Traore? Boubacar Traore? I'm probably butchering that.
Yeah, he made a play early, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, and he got hurt, and he looked fast. Man, did he look fast.
Yeah.
Looked really I thought Snead looked pretty quick. The early, like you said earlier, it's the most bounce we've had that I've seen in a very, very long time. We have the secondary is probably the best in the country. Our two starting safeties and our two cornerbacks, overall talent has to be.
Xavier Watts got another interception.
I mean, he just kind of
an interception machine.
He's in the right place at the right time always.
How much NIL did we give him to come back?
I don't know. I wonder what he was projected to, because he kind of came out of nowhere, and he's not like he's Kyle Hamilton good, but he's
he wasn't first round good. He was, he's good. But I don't think anybody's going to use a first round pick on him. First round picks are quarterbacks, receivers, O linemen typically these days.
Yeah, typically. Yeah.
Maybe D linemen if you're good enough. But yeah, like we said, big win for the Irish. Hopefully, good momentum. We come back and we play Stanford in 2 weeks. So that'll be good.
We're not going to lose this weekend. That's all I know about. That's all I can promise. I can promise no losses. I can promise that no one's going to hurt our feelings. We're not going to get them. No one's coming into town to, peeing my Cheerios. None of that's going to happen. And then, we go to one of our old rivals, the best, academic institution in the country, as they say. So hopefully they're terrible. I don't really know what the record is. I'm completely looking ahead because I'm a fan and I can, and nothing really matters until we get to what's the next one? It's not USC, right? Who is the, it's like Georgia Tech. I can't remember our schedule.
It's Georgia Tech after this. It goes October 12th is going to be Stanford, and then October 9th, Georgia Tech, or excuse me, 19th, Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Stanford's done all right. I think they maybe have. I think they're 500 or 2-3 maybe. I have to look at their schedule. I think
they're 2-2 right now.
Blew out by. Okay, 2-2. They got blew out by Clemson last week, or this past weekend. So.
And then we got, so I mean, dude, the schedule is it's just got to, it really should happen. Like, I love our defense. I know they get some heat sometimes online, but I absolutely love our defense. I think they're top to bottom, one of the strongest.
Who's giving them heat? I'm coming after him.
I mean, we have we got a bipolar fan base, Bub. We got a spectrum. We got Riley's Riley's the second coming. We got defense can't play. We got build Marcus a statue. We got me firing immediately. But there's a lot of people that think that the now they don't take into consideration that the offense couldn't move the ball for a while, and the defense usually started bend don't break. But we haven't really given up any points.
I think what you're seeing though is you have a bipolar fan base because you have a bipolar team, right? Yeah. One week we're beating Texas A&M, and the other week we're losing to NIU. So that leaves us as fans as some tormented human beings, and we're just ready to lash out at whatever side that we're on.
Yep.
To justify.
And we can't figure out if we're not
we are.
Yeah, we can't figure out how. It's so hard to be competitive, man. You know how hard it is to like show up and really put the hammer to somebody when they're like, the tailgaters are like welcoming you in, like are you having fun in South Bend? It's like, bro, like I'm not saying you got to shove them down a flight of stairs, but can we maybe like just a little bit of let's not even breach out on hostile, right? We don't even have to go as far as to be hostile, but can we just not roll out the red carpet and offer them potato salad for God's sakes? They're wearing the other team's jersey. They can get their own potato salad.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Business school's too good. Like you talked about earlier, they sell their tickets. I mean, it's always about $1. We're business first up there, South Bend.
Stop selling your tickets.
Yeah, dude. What was that? When Georgia came to town, and it looked like
Christmas tree.
I mean, it looked like Athens.
I know that was my point with the green uniforms.
Athens,
it looks like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's
bad.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Anyway.
Has Florida State won a game? Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, I think they have one win. They have one win.
They beat Cal. Yeah, they beat Cal.
Yep.
Good for them. I mean, they are
rough times down there in FSU, Bob. They
I don't like it when they're not.
It's been a rough.
Yeah, I don't like it when they're terrible because then it's just kind of a landmine. You just rather not play them if they're terrible because all that can happen is something bad happens. It can only go. You blow them out, nobody cares. If it's a close game, you're the idiot. It's just
DJ Ugalele Tele will have his best game ever.
Oh, he's gonna play amazing. He gonna remember what we did to him when he was on Clemson. He gonna have a comeback tour. I mean, it's just. I mean, he gonna sling it around the yard. And then we're probably we'll just forget that number 4 is the best running back on the field, and won't give him the rock no more. So maybe let Riles chuck him.
Yeah, as is tradition.
As is tradition. It's a bad tradition.
Speaking of Heisman, what's who is leading the Heisman? Oh, Jalen Milroe is now number 1. Cam Ward is 2. Travis Hunter. Number 3. Boy, Bama. Did you? I know you were in Chicago at a concert. Did you catch any of that Bama game? It was unreal.
I saw the highlights.
Unreal. They got this kid who's. You seen this Williams kid they got?
He what they call a feller.
He's making.
That's a real
he's 17
life
years
feller.
old. He I don't know if he graduated high school or I don't know what this kid is doing.
Dude, he reminds me of. He reminds me of
Devontae messing Smith. With people out there.
His legs, the way he runs, the way he jumps, is skinny. He just reminds me of Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
just outruns everybody and
Yeah.
catches the ball and jumps high and better than you, and
Yeah.
good luck.
Can we
Good luck guarding him.
Catches that he had were unreal.
It was absolutely ridiculous.
So this Williams kid is amazing. He's only 17. Do you have the play? Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
it
I'll
here.
pull it up. I'll share my
Play on this.
screen.
Watch this catch. Watch this catch. It's unreal. It's like, whoa.
Dude, tell me that doesn't look like Devontae Smith.
Whoa. What is going on? He's just playing with people.
Dude, you put that kid in an Eagles jersey, that's D. Smith. I mean, that kid he runs like a baby deer, full speed. Just it looks kind of like slow motion, but it's faster than everybody.
He's one to watch. I don't know it'd be a interesting trivia question. What is the youngest Heisman person ever win the Heisman? I mean, I don't know if he'll be in the running, but these plays that he's made, that he had a play in the first half too, where he tipped it to himself and made the catch. It was just unreal.
Yeah, dude, it's the kid's super special. Now I caught the highlights. I was listening to the Kangs, do some of my favorite songs right there in Chicago, right on the lake. And apparently I missed the best SEC game, over a lifetime. So that was kind of cool. I'm not really sure if it was
I was laying there. Bama was blowing them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bama was. I was laying there on the couch and just kind of fiddle with my pooter, and all of a sudden Georgia made a comeback, and and then this kid makes this play where it's just the toe dance on the sideline and then the spin, and it's like, like you said, it looked like he's moving in slow motion, but he's moving faster than everyone at the same time. Like it's unreal.
There were actually quite a few catches. It's kind of a catch weekend. Did you see who's number 4 for Ohio State? This kid had 2 one-handers.
No.
Really? It's 2 one-handers. Jeremiah Smith, number 4 for the Buckeyes. I mean, this kid's Marv Jr. all over again. I mean, he had 2 of the most ridiculous.
Jeremiah Smith, huh?
Yeah, they were. Let me pull those up real quick. They were real serious. They were real serious.
Well, it better be. They spent $20 million on their roster. I hope they have somebody that can play some football over there.
Yeah, you would think so. Yeah,
they're rolling. Ohio State's rolling. They've scored 52 this past weekend, and they scored 56, 49, 38. I mean, they are just blowing people out of the water.
Let me.
That's what happens when Michigan wins a title.
I'm going to share this one more time. I'm going to watch this one-hander. This is so sick. We'll go.
Let's take a look.
Share. Yep. Watch this crazy. This is.
Oh. Okay, young man.
Okay, young man. I see you.
All right.
Okay. We're just going to reach out and count. That was his second one. Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was his second one.
Wait, hey, hold on. Is Ohio State's quarterback number 33?
I don't know. If he is, I'm going to be a fan of him.
Right? What's going on there, Buckeyes?
Yeah, number 33.
Yeah, quarterback.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that? Maybe somebody comment in the.
Well, he part of that. He part of that club, bub. He running the world.
Was he a linebacker?
Well,
what's going on?
Running the world.
A tight end turned quarterback. They got rid of McCord for some guy with the number 33.
Well, better people.
That's different.
Better people. One of them Masons or something, bub. He out there doing it.
Yeah. So big win for Bama. We'll see. Did they take over the top spot, or are they number 1?
Bama number 1 outright. Yep.
Yeah,
I do believe so.
That makes sense. Texas too.
Yep. And then I think UGA only went down to like
Ohio
5th.
State.
Yeah.
Okay.
They might be 4th actually. Let me see here.
Notre Dame back in the top 15. We'd like to see that.
Yeah, we're 14 and 13, I believe.
Yeah.
I think.
How about old Lesser Stoops down there and at the old UK getting a big W?
What a 4th down play
messing
that
around
was
with those running rebels.
Did you see Lane Kiffin? He gave Stoops credit. He's like, well, he went for it on like 4th and 7, like in his own side of the field. He goes, well, he's probably never done that in his entire life. So I give him credit for getting out of his comfort zone and trying to make it. So he goes,
it's kind of a dick thing to say.
Well, I mean, it kind of made sense though. I mean,
yeah, you got to score some points, Lane. What's going on?
Yeah. But he's like, he goes, if they don't get
Jackson
that,
Dart not throwing darts.
Yeah, and if they don't get that, then they obviously lose. And if he punts it, they likely
Yeah.
lose. I mean, that's a I think it's a true statement. I think it was extremely uncharacteristic, and he got away with it, and you get a big win up there. I think what was the best win in what they say since 77 or something like that. Some crazy number like that. Don't fact check me on that, but it's been a very long time.
Kentucky football?
For them to have a win,
I'd
whatever
imagine.
that was, top 20 win on the road.
Well, they almost got one last week. I mean, they're playing good ball down there.
Yeah, they're playing good ball.
They're
playing
good football
good ball
down there for
there.
Lesser Stoops. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's there was a ton of good stuff. There was a ton of good stuff happening this weekend in football. Did you see?
Yeah, big win for the Wildcats. Your boy Arch Manning seems to be the real deal. You're a big Arch Manning fan, aren't you?
Well, I've never seen a Manning run
you
like
the
that.
Cut of his jib.
I've never seen a Manning run like that. Have you?
Well, I haven't really seen Manning's run, so I guess you're right.
Case in point, and he doesn't just kind of he runs like
I think Senior ran. I think Senior was a bit fleet-footed, as I like to say.
He ain't run like this kid, Bob. He ain't run like this fella. This fella's really fellering, Bob. This feller is fellering. And he kind of throws a dart, kind of a nice, kind of right where only your guy can get it, kind of a deal. And
now I would expect him to throw it. I would expect him to be an amazing thrower, but yeah, the legs are
6'3",
the legs are a bit of a plus.
And he's outrunning cornerbacks.
Are they going to bring Ewers back? I mean, I wonder if he's going to. That's going to be a real interesting topic this week for UT.
I've been wondering about that too.
This week, Texas football.
I imagine. I don't know. We got so many. It's the other thing with these new schedules.
No, they're off. That makes sense. They're going to be off until they got a bye week like us too.
Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense.
Texas is out. Arch Manning continues to appear to be living up to the Manning name. What else happened in?
I don't know what you do when Ewers comes back. I have no idea what you do with that situation. I know what Marcus Freeman would do.
Yeah.
I do know that.
What would Marcus? Okay, I'll bite. What would Marcus Freeman do, Kyle?
Goes back to Quinn. Tell us. Goes back to Quinn 100% of the time.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good.
Wrong. Incorrect.
Yeah, so
Incorrect.
He's growing. Okay.
Incorrect.
He's growing. He's
totally incorrect. No, totally incorrect. I would play the kid, but they're highly paid individuals. Like I said, I feel like they can fend for themselves. I think Arch behind Shedeur Sanders, they all do it based on theoreticals and like how many followers they have and stuff. But I think he's worth like $5 million or something like that a year or something like that. $4 or $5 million a year, this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take a little criticism. Yeah, but he's also, probably pretty good, which he seems to be pretty good. So I don't know. I don't know what I do, but I do know Marcus would go back to his guy. I know that. I mean, that seems pretty obvious. Although he may just pay the one that he pays the most, because that's kind of what he's doing now too. Yeah. So maybe I've misread that. Yeah. Maybe he goes Arch.
Yeah, I mean, you never do know with Marcus, but rather it was a good weekend of college football. Southern Cal got a big victory. They held off those Honey Badgers of Wisconsin.
How weird is that?
First Big Ten victory.
Isn't that USC, weird?
Big Ten. It is weird.
It's really weird. I mean, because I'm in Big Ten country, so we get every Big Ten. So USC is now on. I'm used to them playing, like the 10:30 game or whatever, the late game against whoever the hell they're playing out by you. And now it's like the 3 p.m.
That is the one
slot.
Beautiful thing though. Fox has. Yes, but I'll say that Fox has like a game that kicks off like 8 p.m., like 10 p.m. your time. They have a primetime game that kicks off 10 p.m. I think it was Oregon UCLA this weekend, it's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like the FS1 game.
I do kind of like that. I like a nice 8 p.m. kick on my, because everything's usually 4 p.m. for me.
Yeah. I can't really relate to that. That just seems weird. You just got to wake up and like Notre Dame's on. Like I need a minute. I got to get I got to get some protein in me. I got to get a stretch and a bend. I'm not proud of it. I'm not telling anybody to do what I do.
Speaking of USC though, the Pac, did you see that the Pac-12 is back? The Pac-12 has made a comeback. You see this?
No, I have not. I've not been kept abreast on the Pac-12 goings on.
Pac-12. Yes, the Pac-12 has made the Pac-12 has essentially become like the Mountain West.
Oof. Yeah. They got the Zags out there?
It's like Utah State. I think Boise State is in there.
When's this take place? When does this occur?
I think next year. I think, from what I understand. I don't know. People can correct me if they want. But yeah, I think it's next year. So it's here. I got the list right here. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is your new Pac-12, the Conference of Champions. So here's the list of the new your new Pac-12 Conference of Champions, as Bill Walton would say. Rest in peace, Bill Walton. We have the Oregon State Beavers. We got Washington State for the Cougars. We got Fresno State Bulldogs. We got the Colorado State Rams. San Diego State Aztecs, San Jose State, I don't know, San Jose, I'm sorry. Tulane, Memphis, UNLV, Boise State, New Mexico, and Air Force. That is your new Pac-12 Conference of Champions.
That's not terrible. I don't love it, but it's not.
Yes, I mean, if you're staying alive, yeah.
You can play some hoop in that. You can play some hoop out there in that, maybe a little bit of hoop.
Yeah, actually, pretty good basketball conference.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't understand why I don't understand how the Pac-12 messed this whole thing up. It's
blockbuster.
It was the best conference in football last year. They couldn't figure out how to divvy up the money, I guess, or get money from the I don't know. Maybe they weren't driving enough viewers. I don't know what their problem was, but they should have stuck together. It's weird to have USC in the Big Ten, or Oregon, UCLA, all of them in the Big Ten.
It's really, 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 really strange. It's hard. Yeah. They're on it. Yeah, they're on. Especially the time frame for me, because like I said, it's been 40 years of me watching USC play us and then play late, and now they're just right there in the middle of my afternoon playing weird teams that they've never played before.
Yeah. Speaking of champions, did you see the Buffs? How you feel about that? The Buffs are a real team, bub. Colorado Buffalo's a real team. Deion's got a real team over there, a real squad. They took down the Central Florida Knights, who we all know at one point was a three-peat champion. So
I think it was like 5 consecutive.
It's a big win.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Travis Hunter seems to be the real deal. Hasn't played really. I don't believe that they have played anybody, but Travis Hunter does seem to. He plays every freaking snap, so that's pretty impressive, and he seems to be very good at it.
That is wild. That is wild.
Yeah,
he should probably win the Heisman just for that.
Yeah. He's kind of the Shohei. Yeah, he's a bit of a Shohei in the college football ranks, and he kind of does it all, and that's great for him. I cannot. Yeah, the rest of it, I just can't really. I don't really have any time for. Be perfectly honest with you, it's just kind of a lot of, I don't know. Ever since he yelled at that lady for calling him Dion, I was just like, okay, I'm just done now. Remember that reporter? He was like, you wouldn't call Nick Saban Nick, and he was like, I call Nick Saban. I've been calling him Nick for 20 years. I had dinner with the guy. What are you talking about? He's like, no, you wouldn't. He just walked out. And I'm like, Jesus, crying out loud, bro. Like, I don't know what message that sends, or I don't know what kid in the locker room is like, okay, we're standing. I don't get it, but he was being a dick.
Yeah.
There's a difference between just being a dick and being, standing up for yourself. And he just kind of felt like he was being a dick, but that's okay. He don't need my support. He seemed to be doing just fine. He got them buffs on every weekend for absolutely, well, not no reason, but little reason. And, they seem to be, they're flashy. They're fun. They're new. They're hip. They're cool. They're whatever. Good for them.
Yeah. So that was about. Oh, did you see did you hear about this kid at UNLV, this quarterback?
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm really, really torn because I kind of feel like they've made it a business. So kind of like screw the Rebels, but I kind of also feel like
if
he
you don't
committed.
Know what we're talking about
play. Yeah, explain.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, there was a kid. I think he's a 4-year grad transfer. He played at a D2 school or D3. I think it was Holy Cross or something like that. That's neither here nor there. Anyways, he transferred to UNLV. He's a quarterback. I guess an assistant coach promised him a certain amount of NIL, and they've off to a 3-0 start. He hadn't seen the money yet. I don't know if he went to the coach and confronted, or his representation did, or how it all broke down. But UNLV said they weren't going to pay him, and the kid said, well, all right, well, I'm not going to burn my eligibility. I'm going to leave the team and save it for next year. And so he's he's out. UNLV actually won this weekend. I think they're top 25. I think they're 4-0 actually.
Put it right in the letter. He put it right in the thank you letter. You know, the tweet where they do all that, you know, it's them like running with mist behind them and shit. And then they have like a big thank you to the university. Yeah. He was flat out like, he was like, yeah, they ain't going to pay me. So, you know, thanks for everything. I wish you guys the best, but kick rocks. They said he's going to give me 100 and, you know, they kind of didn't. So I quit, which I quit. So, okay, well,
yeah.
But here's the thing.
I get it. He wants to play one more year,
but you and I would.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's the most money he's going to make.
I can't imagine this kid is.
Time. So he has to do it for himself.
And look,
completely understand.
And here's my point. Here's the thing. It's not that much money. I think it's only $100,000. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of money, but I'm just saying it's not $1 million. I don't think the kid would lie. I mean, it's just not enough money to like make a fuss and lie about, right? It's principle, which if it's based on principle, then I can see it, right? But you know, at the same time, when you're an athlete and competitor, you want to be with your team. You bonded with people. You're off to a 3-0 start. It's just I just hate to see it. I mean, pay the kid.
But again, this kid knows who he is.
There's someone that gambles that much every weekend in Vegas. I mean, what are we doing, casinos? Like,
but this kid kind of knows where this is his best shot to make some money. He's probably, you know, he might walk, you know, he might not walk on, but you know, he might not get drafted. He might go undrafted. He might get picked up somewhere, whatever. But he's a D2 kid that is now playing entry level big time football.
Yeah.
And $100,000 to people in real life that are watching this, to people like everybody on the planet, $100,000's a lot of money, and he's only got 1 year left. So he's got it. He has to go get the money. So just in this little bit of a conversation we've had, I've solidified my opinion, and I support the kid. Yeah, screw them.
Maybe
screw them.
Yeah, maybe Portnoy will pick him up. Maybe he'll. You see this? You see Portnoy's he's gonna donate $1 million a year for a Michigan quarterback.
I mean, come on.
Is it a per year? I heard the news. I didn't know the details. He said per year.
He said he said what's a good quarterback cost these days? A couple mil? He said I'd get him one every year. He said I guarantee a top 10 quarterback every year. Every year we need one.
How does that work though? I wonder if they can you actually say direct what it's used for, or do you have to make it as like a broad?
He and Big Cat were already arguing over because what Big Cat's Wisconsin? Sue me, I don't know, but
yeah, I think
it's Wisconsin. And Big Cat was like, I could do that for the Badgers.
He's a Chicago guy, I know that.
And he said, and then Dave was like, well, I just want you to know that my guy's doing, pardon my take, not yours. He goes, because my guy's getting paid $3 million. So it's going to be he'll be doing shows or whatever. You know, I don't know what the rules are, but he said, I will make sure that Ann Arbor has a top 10 recruit whenever Sharon wants one, which is so
well, we should
neat.
make it known too that, we should make it known too to Notre Dame fans, if they want to donate to our cause, we'll also direct the funds in the correct place. So we have nothing else to live for. So, you know, if you want to donate and help us out, we'll help the team out for sure.
We're gonna GoFundMe. Hey, what's this gonna pay for? I don't know, man. Golf and diapers. I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it's gonna go for. Hey, they raised $1 million for golf and diapers. Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's about what we go for.
Yeah, and just to wrap it up, I think UNC, I don't know, poor Mac Brown, he's 80 years old out there just getting his tail. I think that was one of our winners this weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah. We went 3-2.
UNC.
We went 3-2, which wasn't too bad.
I thought we were 4-2. We were on Bama too. I was on Bama. I said Bama.
Oh, your finals. I went with the final 5. You said it twice and left them out. But if you count Bama, it's in, and if you count Notre Dame, they also covered, which I said I couldn't bet. But if I was relatively sane and it wouldn't hurt so bad if they lost.
I want to be honest. I don't want to fudge the numbers. So what's the? I thought I was on Alabama. I thought
you said it.
I thought I saw reverse line movement.
Yeah, you said you like Bama. So you did say you like Bama. So if you want to go straight down the board for all the teams that we said, we went 6-2.
That's a win in football, there, folks.
Don't expect that. Don't expect that. Don't expect that ever, really. Yeah. But a buddy of ours, a mutual friend that we have, we've known since college. He's kind of dabbling in the sports arena these days, trying to figure out what the heck we're talking about. And he was, and my mother, so he was one of our organic listeners here, that I made listen to our podcast and critique it. But he said that one thing he liked about our first podcast is he said he liked how we explained why we're making the bets, because most people just give picks, but no one really talks about why. So talking to him last night, he asked me what my pick was. The one segment that he liked the most was he liked the fact that we were explaining why we made our bets and what the strategy was. So last night he asked me if I liked anything for the Sunday night game, and it was the Bills and the Ravens, obviously. And I can't go back and show the pie chart because you can't go back in time on the site that I use. So just forgive me. But so what I look at is it's a pie chart, and it gives you the percentages. So if there's 100 bets, and there's 75% of the bets, it just means 75% of the actual wagers made were on one side. It is not how much money in proportion it is. So last night we had the Ravens open at, I believe it opened at 4. So I think it went the wrong way. This is why I wish I had the freaking chart, because I can't see it off the top of my head. Let me see what the line is real quick. God damn. I tried to pull it up and it disappeared. Last night.
This is the type of content that people are looking for here.
Okay, so Sunday night, the Ravens opened at 3, and 75% of the wagers were on the Bills. Now, as we talked, this is not reverse line movement. This is correct line movement. But 75% of the money was on the Bills, or 75% of the actual wagers were on the Bills. The line went from -3 down to -2.5, or to -2.5. So it moved a half a point in the direction that you would expect. Okay, but here's the problem. Mm-hmm. You also want to look at, it's called the juice or the vigorish or whatever you want to call it. If it's -110 or -115, and if you can get access to multiple books, whether it's DraftKings or Facebook, FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, whatever.
Facebook might start betting soon.
Yeah, Bet365 or whatever. There's a million, Bodog, whatever the hell you're on, right? But try to get an idea of what the best value is and get an idea of what each book is pricing their vig at. Because what it did is it went towards Baltimore, but the vig went from -110 to -105, and the Ravens went back up from -110 to -115. So they were charging an extra 5% to take the better number, and they took 50% of the juice off to incentivize you to stay on the Bills. Now, here's another thing about betting that matters. Public perception is absolutely everything. If 75% of the bets are made on one side and it doesn't do anything goofy, most people would call that like the Joe Public side. Like if you've ever watched SVP or anything like that, and he's like, we want to be with the dog, we want to be on the sharp side. The sharp side were the Ravens last night. You're getting a monster team with a great defense, incredible offense, in a position where they have to win, with a significantly overvalued public favorite like the Buffalo Bills, because Josh Allen's like the world's darling right now. Somehow Josh Allen, you ever notice this about Josh Allen? He goes from like whiny to the greatest thing ever to disappointing to kind of whiny to like the greatest thing ever, and then like he kind of goes through this cycle like every couple of years, and now all of a sudden he's back to being better than Peyton Manning and he's the greatest thing in the history of the world. So the public hammers the Bills. You have a fantastic spot where it looks like a good bet on both sides, but the juice goes against you, which actually essentially offsets the value of the bet for the half point. You hammer those Ravens and you walk away with a monster win. So there's a little bit of just like I said last time, try to figure out what the casino wants you to do and do the opposite. In that scenario, to me, it looked very, very obvious that they wanted me to pile on with everybody else who bet the Bills. And it didn't appear to me that they had done anything of substance to hedge their bet against that much exposure if they thought there was any chance in hell the Ravens weren't going to cover. You know, you got to think about it. If you're the casino, your whole plan is to get 50% of the bets on each side and take an extra 10% from the losers, and that's your money. Right? Casinos don't want to risk anything.
I think I'm gonna need you to whiteboard this. This is I think you got a whiteboard over there?
Yeah, I got a whiteboard, yeah.
We might have to next segment. I think we have to whiteboard this up.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
I think we need you to whiteboard this up. It's hard to follow the numbers. We need some whiteboard. I need some arrows. I need some money signs. I understand what you're saying. It's just as I'm listening, it's hard to It's hard to
I wish I could show you the exact pie chart.
I need a visual.
If I was if I had half of a friggin', I'm not that smart, so you just gotta, like I said, Bub. I talkie. You text.
Well, we are pretty smart, like you said. We went 6-2, so
we did go 6-2. We did go 6-2.
Don't put your life savings on it. Bet responsible, folks.
Yeah. Also, here's another thing.
Bet small amounts.
Here's some advice that we could maybe clip up that would actually be good for people, because it's a father's moment where you do as I say, not as I do, because as I do is very bad. But as I say, it's typically right. Gamblers out there need to realize that you need to have a unit is a percentage of the amount you can lose. So if
we need a whiteboard, Kyle.
But this makes sense. This is going to make a whole bunch of sense. When you win, incrementally adjust your unit by how much money you now have. Okay.
I like a big unit.
So I
like big units though. You're talking about small units.
I'm poor, Bub. I don't know what you're talking about. So if you have $100,
yeah, I know,
and you bet $10,
bet responsibly, people,
and you win, right? Now you have $110. Well, don't bet $20 next time, because now that's 2 units. So you've given yourself double the exposure. The next bet you bet $11. Yep. $11. You bet 10 and you won. Your next bet is 11 because it's a percentage of 110. Don't double it, because then you lose and you have to start chasing. And then that's when there's drinking and women and drugs and things like that. It's all fun, but all caused by losing all your.
This gambling advice has been brought to you by Thank You Very Little podcast.
No, just me.
Just okay. All right. You got strong laws over there in Indiana.
Yeah, just me. No financial.
But betting makes things a little bit more interesting. Speaking of interesting, how about the NFL this weekend? You catch any NFL? We got the Lions tonight. Lions big Monday night matchup. We got a double barrel NFL Monday night matchup going on here.
We have trash in the first slot, poop butt in the first slot. We got a couple. I mean, we got 4th stringers in the first slot. So good luck. Hopefully Achane runs wild, because he's faster than Cheetah, I think. But that's gonna be a tough watch.
That Will Levis fella. What's going on with that Will Levis?
He colorblind fella, Bub. He don't know what
bad
he can't read. He got a dyslexia.
That whole mayonnaise.
He likes to throw it to the other team when it matters most. He loves it. I don't know why.
That whole mayonnaise in the coffee thing should have been a warning for folks. You know what I mean? Yeah, so we got the Lions tonight for Monday Night Football. Our boy Dan Campbell, man. I love his press conference. Hey, man. I told the guys, man, big unit coming in here, man. It's a big team, man. We got to get ready, man.
We got to get ready, man.
We got to get ready, boy.
We got to get ready, man.
It's an extraordinary team coming in, man.
A lot of deep breaths. Yeah, I love DC. He's the best.
We might have to bite their ankles, man. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's. They'll be ready to go. We need. I think there's some injuries. I don't know, Laporta. I don't know if he's going to be playing or not. I think he's pretty banged up. What a surprise Sam Laporta has been. As a Notre Dame fan, I thought Michael Mayer was the number 1 tight end coming in that class, and apparently Sam Laporta out of Iowa.
The only other school that
they want to claim. Iowa wants to claim to be tight end U. Notre Dame's tight end U. Everybody knows that.
I think it's us or it's 1 and 2. I know that. However they want to do it, they've had less that have had more success. We have had more that played in the league, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The 5 that they have in the league though are like really good. So that kind of gives them a little, gives them an arguing point.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully pick up a big win there. Your boy Jimmy Neutron still slinging it, getting a big win for the Vikes.
I got him off waivers. I got him right there off waivers. Oh, Jimmy Neutron. Oh, Sammy D out there.
Oh, for fantasy, did you?
Shucking it. You're just sitting right there on the bench, bub. Nobody else believed it.
Really?
This fella believed it.
You sat down Caleb?
Sat him right down. Traded away Sunshine down there in Jacksonville. Long story short, but it was a
dumpster fire back again.
It was an auction draft, and I didn't know that if you just I had the app open, but I was looking at something else, and it just auto drafted like 5 players for me in an auction draft. So I have the worst team of all time. So I had to pick up 3 quarterbacks late just so I could field the team. And now I've ended up with I've drafted 3, thrown one off. And now we're riding the gravy train with old Sammy D. Oh, Jimmy Neutron, Bob. Really, here's the thing, and this is what I feel bad about. It's not really Jimmy Neutron. It's the bad guy from The Incredibles. He's the bad. I said Jimmy Neutron last episode, but he's really the bad guy from The Incredibles.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson's a beast. You see the Justin Jefferson kid, man.
He's
highest paid receiver in the league. He's
probably worth every penny of it. He probably worth every penny of it. Did you see that over the shoulder catch that like just barely fit between him and the DB, and then he turned around and just like stuck to his chest?
I had the game on the background.
Oh boy, you may have really missed one. You may have really missed one. I don't know, man. That was a let me see.
Receivers are getting so good. I don't know if this is the rise of flag football or like what we're seeing, or just all the high school kids are just every team's just chucking it. But these receivers are getting so good.
You think it's like some of the 3-point line of the NFL like syndrome? Like you think it's just people that it's just the way the game's changing because you can't touch them? I mean, you can't touch a quarterback and you can't touch a receiver.
Yeah, it might be evolutionary. Yeah, for sure. But like that. The Williams kid down there in Alabama. I mean, that's just repetition, man. That's just being that comfortable. I mean, it's natural talent too, but just being that comfortable to make a catch and feet down and tap and spin. I mean, it's a lot of 7-on-7 football, a lot of flag football, I think.
Yep.
Flag football is becoming a big deal. We got girls flag football here in California now. It's gonna be
they're into sport. It. Check this out. Let me share my screen quick. Watch this.
All right, let me see it.
Watch the replay on the backside.
Ooh.
Watch this right here. Look at this.
Yeah.
One-hander off the chest, shove him away.
Yeah. They got such. I mean, with those, they got such strong hands, and with those gloves that they have on, man, it's just
he's unbelievable
right there.
He's absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah. Marvin Harrison Jr. seems to be following after his father's footsteps.
I sent you a text after his first well, I think he only had one touchdown, but Kyler threw him a dime that he snagged out of the air and looked like Superman for the first time. And then they ended up getting their doors blown off. But in the first quarter, I'm pretty sure Kyler likes having it 18 to throw the ball to. I was a little skeptical because was that Will Johnson up at Michigan, and then you got Ben Morrison at Notre Dame. I watched Ben shut down Marvin in person last year, and I mean, so they were like, "Oh, he's the next Randy Moss." I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know if Benjamin Morrison's like the new Champ Bailey, for crying out loud. So like, I don't know how that really works out, but turns out, boy, it sure turns out this fella, this 18 kid, this, this legacy we got here, he is very, very good at targeting and retrieving the football. He's like the Terminator. He's got like that lock on sight.
Well, like you said, it's like I think that's the Steph Curry effect. He's the Steph Curry effect. He has the genetics. The dad that's already done it can show him the way early on. Christian McCaffrey, those type of guys that it's just they're peak athletes from the day that they're born, and they're training for a specific sport for since very, very early on, and they turn into these machines basically.
There's a lot more way more emphasis on stretching as well. Did anybody ever tell you how important stretching was in all your years of football? Was anybody like, hey Sean, make sure you get a triple stretch in today? Anybody ever say that to me? Nobody told it to me. They made me count to 23 times. They said you're good.
I did stretch though because I played baseball. I was a pitcher, so that's
all baseball players do is stretch.
Limbering.
Yeah. That's half a practice.
You limbered up. You got your lower back. You got you're swinging the bat and stuff.
Tinted Grizzly and some stretches.
Anyway, right. The Chiefs get a big victory. The Chargers, I thought, should have won that game. Did you see the Patrick Mahomes? Did you see?
No, you told me to pull it up. You told me to have it ready. I have not hit play, but I stopped it right before. I mean, I know what's coming, so like I guess we could do this like a real life reaction.
I figured you like this one. No,
I'm squeamish, bub. Like I don't really like it all that much, but here we go. All right. I have not seen this. I have not seen this. But I've seen up to a half second before, and it can't be good.
So Mahomes throws a pick first. He throws a pick and then dies, and then oosh.
That's right there on that right one. Yeah, I don't need that.
This makes me squeamish.
Why do I keep playing it? Stop playing it.
How you compound it? Yeah, why is that?
When I'm in control, quit playing.
I'm glad I never had a serious injury like that.
Oh man, that was one of the two things that scared me my whole life. I watched there was a dude in a Macker one time. He got undercut somehow and landed on his knee, and he stood up and his patella was off to the side. He dislocated his patella.
Ugh.
That I really didn't enjoy, and I was terrified of blowing an Achilles. Other than that, I broke a ton of bones. Obviously, I have to look this way to have symmetry. My nose is so bad, but breaking bones heal. But boy, a dislocated patella, ligament snap. That's just. I heard a guy's ACL. I heard Scotty Stockwell's ACL pop. I was 2 feet from him. I heard it pop. I knew it before he did. It popped. Yeah, I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that in my whole life.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty gruesome injuries myself in football, but I didn't suffer any myself, thank God. The worst one that I ever saw, I was coaching Little League football, and these kids were like middle schoolers, and the quarterback like kept the ball around the end, and he got tackled by a big kid, and he got up, and he's like, "Coach," and his arm is just like pointing that way, and I'm just like, I had enough adrenaline within me that it was whatever, but like
that Rasheed kind of looks like McGahee.
It was. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Oh, I'll never forget that either.
He's going to be done for the year. So I don't know what that's going to mean for the Chiefs. Travis Kelce, you still got Travis Kelce on your fantasy?
Yeah, he finally showed up. It's not really GOAT level
weekend.
Yeah, it's not a GOAT level performance, but it's it was something. It was something that he decided that he was going to do, and and he did it, and that was fine. I appreciated it. I did appreciate it. Yeah,
yeah. He wants you to know he still cares. He's putting it all out there.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
you got a problem with Travis Kelce, don't you?
I don't have a problem with Travis Kelce.
You don't.
Here's the thing: I like him a hell of a lot more now than I did when he was, whatever that alter ego he was doing, when he was a kid, whatever that was, whatever that bullshit, whatever that was. Yeah, I like his brother a lot. You know what I mean? But yeah, Travis just kind of Travis to me is the little brother. Obviously, he's very clearly and obviously the little brother. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are a big deal now.
100 million. They just do this. They just have better cameras and they're famous. But like it's just this and that, and they don't say anything. I mean, I watch it. It's a great podcast. Yeah. Very likable people. Always like Jason. Travis is growing on
the
me.
Power of the Swifties.
Yeah, I don't get any of that either. I don't get any of that either.
Yeah, he's got to grow into it. But yeah, those are the NFL headlines this week. How do you feel about the new kickoff rule? You know that?
Hey, I don't get. Like they don't get many kickoffs. They don't get many. Not many of them come on back. I think I've only seen 2 or 3 returns. I feel.
Yeah,
like.
People just. Yeah, they're just doing this. Yeah, they're doing the same thing they did last year. They're trying to get away from just people drilling it out of the back of the end zone. But like, it's not a big enough penalty, I don't think, for people to not do that, right? So
yeah, they're not. I kind of was hoping that there would be at least some sort of an attempt, kind of to like see who could kick it to the one or squib it or like get some sort of different. But most people are just bombing it. They're kicking field goals. They're just firing away, and that's. I mean, I hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if I miss it all that much because the way that the rules were to begin with, returns were getting less and less and less. So it's not like the days of Devin Hester or anything like that. So it's kind of becoming. I don't know. Special teams is kind of becoming less and less meaningful, I guess, every year because of the injury risk.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hopefully they figure it out though, because it is one of the most entertaining parts of the game.
Yeah, I like to see a good kickoff return.
Love a kickoff.
Devin Hester, like you said, was the shit. I mean,
Hall of Famer.
Jaden Daniels appears to be the new CJ Stroud.
This fella, Bob. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about him other than he's
got a quick release, man. I said it. We talked last year, and I know we didn't have a podcast last year, but you can back me up. What did I tell you? If you're going to pick a quarterback, who are you going to pick?
He's a big fan of him.
Who should you draft number 1?
Said Jaden.
Yeah. Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't understand. It was so. I mean, Caleb
had a lot of hype.
I'm not going to go too deep onto Caleb. We'll let Caleb.
You don't want to
see how things shake out there. But and maybe the difference wasn't that big enough to people. But to me, Jaden Daniels jumped off the screen. Caleb Williams was running for his life, making plays all the time. He's like Riley Leonard. Jaden Daniels was playing within a system Like, go look at LSU's offense last year. That's what ND's offense should look like this year, right? If you have a couple of top first round receivers, that helps. But yeah, I think Jaden Daniels he's fit right in. The Commanders, or what are they called now? The Commanders, right?
Yeah, the old Commanders.
Commanders, the Washington football team.
Yeah.
I think they're going to come up with a new name. They got
formerly
a new
known
as.
Come
up with a new
there's
name.
some apparently that logo. No, apparently that logo was a real human being. Like that was.
Yeah, but I think that was the problem.
No, I think it was just a group of white, just liberal white women upset about it. I don't know if anybody else really. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it just kind of seems like something to just be mad about.
I think they wanted it to be authentic. I think the fact that it wasn't authentic was the problem.
I'm gonna verify that for Wednesday's show, but we can get into that in the politics section.
I don't know. The Indians had to change their name, although the Indianapolis Indians don't have to change their name. So I don't know. It's all very confusing.
They sure don't.
Yeah, so he seems to be the best rookie quarterback so far. Caleb Williams is doing Caleb Williams things down there at the Bears. Drake May hasn't played. They say they're gonna save him. They don't want to throw him to the wolves, which I think is probably the best move.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that Penix isn't playing. Penix should be, Penix should be at a different place. He shouldn't be sitting behind Kirk Cousins. I don't quite get that.
Yeah, if he takes advantage of the opportunity, and I have a feeling like Mr. Moses' own lawn probably is pretty receptive to young guys. If he develops kind of like the way they do up there. I mean, Kirk Cousins is middle American dads. He just has. I don't think he has any idea that he's worth $1 bajillion. They say he mows his own lawn and shit. It's awesome. If he would pass on that knowledge to Penix, and he can kind of get himself ready like they kind of prepare quarterbacks up in Green Bay, it could be the best thing that ever happened to him. If I'm Penix, I'm not getting drafted any higher anyway. Like where I went doesn't matter, and I got to compete anyway. And I kind of don't have any pressure on me right now. So I can just kind of learn the system and kind of get ready to be an NFL quarterback behind a guy that has all the pressure on him. And while I'm getting ready, if he falters at all, I get to show up and look like a hero because I'm kind of a relatively high draft pick. I think Penix is in a sweet spot. If he wasn't so old, for a college guy, it probably wouldn't be.
Yeah, now he's 27.
Yeah, now he's actually he's got his ARP card. Yeah, 27. For sure. Yeah, he older than us. But yeah, I like Penix.
I do too. Like I said, I wish he was playing. I think there was kind of some subpar quarterback play. I think he's better than. That's another guy. I would have took Michael Penix before I took Caleb Williams.
You did say that as well. Yeah, and I have punted on the situation. I said you couldn't pay me to take a quarterback in the first round. You just couldn't pay me because I've only been right. Or I've only, you didn't have to be a genius to know that Peyton Manning was going to be good and Andrew Luck were going to be good. Those are the only two quarterbacks I was ever like, if you draft these two jackwagons, they're hits. Everybody else a coin flip. I thought Bryce Young was good. Wrong. I thought, and maybe Bryce Young is good. I thought Sam Darnold was a bum. But dude, coaches and ownership seem to matter more than you can really imagine in the NFL. Like you just go to the Jets and you die. You go to the Browns and you die. You go to the Commanders before they got rid of Snyder. Now you get rid of
Darnold's a top. Dude, like you said, Darnold's a top. He's a fantasy guy.
He's a feller. Listen to that. Number one's that kid out there that you would have drafted. He's number one in fantasy. That Jaden. Then you got that Lamar out. You got Lamar. He number two. Then you got
PPR. Or are you going PPR?
Yeah, PPR.
This is just in general. Okay.
Yep. This is week 1 through 4 current most fantasy points by player rankings. Jaden's number 1. Okay. Lamar's got number 2. Yeah. Alvin Kamara's had a bit of a resurgence down there in the Big Real Easy. Good. I like that Alvin. Mm-hmm. I like Simon. I like Theodore, but I really like that Alvin. He's kind of my favorite.
He's got great balance. He's got, I dare I say, Barry Sanders type of balance. But
he doesn't get off kilter, really as they say very often. Then can you believe that they allowed so like Derrick Henry gets to play for the Ravens now? Did you know that? He kind of they just let you. That seems like an unfair thing to me. I don't know why, but just kind of like. I kind of felt like him on the Titans kind of felt like fair because they're a nice little engine that could, but you put them up there with a real team, you get that Lamar and they start figuring that out and they just waxed the Bills. Like Derrick's pretty good. He 4th. Then we got Shake and Bake down there. Tampa, bub, he 5th. Then you got Saquon 6, and I'm pretty sure he sat a week. I think he was hurt one week. And then right there, number 7, you got that Sammy D. Just Jimmy Neutron right there. Never would have seen that coming. If Zach Williams wins a playoff game now, I wouldn't shock me. Like I said, I thought Sam Darnold was donezo. And now he's kind of a Ryan Fitzpatrick kind of
a bit of a restorance for the redheaded quarterbacks.
Hey, man.
Down the Red Rocket.
Red Rocket's back. Yep. The old Red Rifle. Is that what they call Dalton? The Red Rifle?
What about... Oh, I thought it was Red Rocket.
It's one of the two. I can't remember.
Red Rocket's better.
Yeah, I think it's right. Don't worry, Spike. No, just relax, Spike. Red Rocket.
Anyway, yeah. So Derek Carr too. He's making a bit of a comeback. He's
stumbled this week,
Derek
but
Carr
yeah,
things.
Yep. Old Derek stumbled a little bit.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Now here's another guy. See these running quarterbacks, man. So you got Josh Allen. So the mobile quarterbacks are just they're going to be fantasy. People are just going to be hoarding them because you got Jaden's first, Lamar's second, shake and bake. People don't really think of him as dual, but that kid can run. Sam Darnold is pretty much stand in the pocket and chuck it, which is kind of impressive. And then it's Josh Allen and then Fields, and then rounding out 10th is Dak, and then 11 and 12 are Jalen Hurts and 13 is Kyler Murray. So all of these running quarterbacks that can do it both ways, that can run, pass, throw, all that good stuff. They are apparently going to be the mainstay in fantasy football for a very, very long time. But it's nice to see. It's nice to see some new names up there. It's not the usual suspects.
Like you said, yeah, running backs making a bit of a comeback, justifying their worth. Saquon, I know, has been racking up some points in fantasy.
I tried to get him. I tried so hard to get him. I thought he could be a league winner just because of how talented he is. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he did sit a game. Did he sit a game? No, he did not sit a game. Never mind. I was incorrect. He played all 4 games. Balled out 2 out of the 4 weeks.
Yeah, so that's the fantasy wrap up so far this year. Other big news, you see the Tigers clinched, baby. The Tigers are in the playoffs.
You're a bit of a truth teller, Bob. You were kind of on that last week a little bit.
Yeah, Tigers do the impossible. They make the comeback all the way. They beat the White Sox. The White Sox suck. The worst team ever, I guess. I don't know how you can be that terrible. But yeah, Tigers in the playoffs. That's exciting. That's another thing to watch out there. They'll be taking on Houston Stros, who is their manager's former team. So that'll be interesting. And then we got KC and Baltimore and the American League side. And then we have, we still have to play, I think, still to fill the spots on the NL side. But we got the Phillies. We got Milwaukee. We have the Padres. We have the Doyers. At Shohei Ohtani.
You seen him play
baseball? I don't know if you ever seen him. Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
He was like, "Hey coach." She was like, "Hey coach, my arm hurts. Hey coach, my arm hurts. Can't throw. Hey coach, my arm hurts. Hey." He was like, "Hey, can you still run and swing?" And he was like, "Oh, let me try." And he just 50 and 50 kind of a deal. Hey coach, arm hurts.
Yeah,
can't. Hey coach. He still goes and gets you like MVP numbers. I mean, like what?
Yeah,
like what is amazing? Like, he's built like Aaron Judge. He's just a big.
Baseball's got like two real big studs, man. Baseball's got 2 real big studs. Yeah, like real. And Mookie Betts is an athlete. You know.
Dude, I saw a slow-mo of him catching a line drive over center base, and he jumped and split the guy sliding to turn the double play himself. It was one of the sickest freaking highlights I've ever seen. I don't even understand baseball. I don't claim to understand baseball. I don't particularly enjoy baseball. I really like pitchers. Skeens is my favorite player in baseball now, but I'm smart enough to understand that like Shohei's just dumb. You know, Shohei's dumb.
Yeah.
Mike Judge is dumb.
He's different.
Mookie's dumb. You know, these guys are
Aaron Judge is a tight end. I mean, that's Aaron Judge is he's your height.
That's Jimmy Graham.
About 250 pounds. Yeah, Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
He's an NFL tight end that has hand-eye coordination, and boy, when it connects, it goes a long ways.
Quite big.
So yeah, those should be exciting playoffs. I mean, let me look at if you just listen to those teams. I mean, those are big-time markets. We got, like I said, Detroit, Houston, KC, Baltimore, New York, Yankees, Cleveland. I forget what's Cleveland's new name. I forget what
They're the we don't even care. That's how little I care about baseball. It's
we care about baseball
Guardians,
when
the
this
freaking
time comes
Guardians.
around.
Jeez,
This is the Guardians.
What a dumb
there we
name.
go.
I mean, whatever.
We care about baseball when this time of year. But yeah, then you got LA and San Diego and Philly and Milwaukee. Those are big time markets. I'm sure baseball commish is pretty satisfied with that outcome. We'll be cheering for the Tigers, of course, and breaking down the games as they happen in the big time moments. And then, well, the only other thing that happened this weekend in the sports world that was big time news is that your Indiana Fever have been eliminated. You doing all right over there? You doing okay?
I took a day off. I took a mental health day.
Yeah.
Just to kind of make sure that Kate, I did it really in solidarity with Kate. I like to call her Kate. And, I got through it. I got some warm milk and I got a blanket and I got through it. But boy, you don't know who's not going to get through it? The people in charge of the money at the WNBA. They ain't gonna like it very much. Although I don't know if I got memed or if it's true. Right before we started this today, I saw a meme that said that the Brianna Stewart and versus Asia Wilson, they said that got the highest ratings of the whole playoff. It got like 2.9 million viewers, and it broke a record in all time. So I don't know if I got memed. Yeah. I don't know if I got memed.
Yeah,
but
my Aces.
Aces in Liberty, right? Dude, I don't even. Dude, I swear.
Said,
don't tell.
You just said it.
Hey, don't tell anybody. Don't.
Oh no, you
anybody.
said Liberty and Fever.
I had to look up. I had a logo on my screen the other day. The Fever were playing some team somewhere out in God.
Hold on, Pickles.
Where.
All right, that'll be today's show. All right.
Man, on my 4K on 4K.
So we'll keep watching the Aces and we'll keep following the Sun. That's it for today's show. We'll be back later on this week because we know you all want more. We'll talk a little bit more about politics and we'll talk a little bit about NBA kicking off. We got NBA training camp kicking off this week.
Sounds good to me, man. We'll hit Diddy too on Wednesday just because I'm sure something fun will be going on there too.
Ooh, Diddy.
Diddy. Yeah. All right. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks.
That guy is wild. All right. Bye-bye.